Good day, lovely people. Good day, good day, good day. Hey, I hope everyone had a really good day. Or, hey, just a good day will work, right? Hey, I'm just getting off work and I'm like, nope, I am gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Hey, I've been thinking about you guys all day, thinking about, like, have you been thinking about expectations, what others expectations are of you and what your expectations are of others. So having a really good time thinking about that. So we did, just to recap a little bit, we were talking about being able to how um, other people's expectations of us, the weight that we carry from that. Okay, it could be good, especially if it's balanced, if we communicated that. But if you have not done a good job at effectively communicating your needs, your wants, your for sures and your for sure nots, okay, being able to talk about that, it all comes down with a conversation. So where we were talking about, so where we're gonna pick up today, because you can look at the first video on expectations. Where I want to pick up today is, and I have it in my notes right here, is addressing unfair expectations. That's where we're gonna pick up. So this is like part two. Part one, catch it on the other video. Part two is right now. So what's unfair? What do you consider to be unfair? I know what I consider to be unfair. To me, unfair expectations is actually, and all of us have done it, is requiring or asking someone of something you would not even do. Okay, what you think about that? That's a good one. Exactly. Yes. For women, I'm going to talk about us right now, but guys, you may be able to identify with this as well. Is that when you create your dream guy, right, or your dream woman, for men, you creating that, what that look like for you, you be like, okay, your checklist, if you will. I want him to be buff, fine. I want him to do this. I want him to open doors for me. I want him to do this, and that. He got to pay my bills. He got, like, all the things, right? But listen, what are you going to bring to the table? What are your expectations of you in a relationship? Okay, so we need to talk about those things. So that's a good example of something being unfair. Say you're not caring about your physique, right? You're not going to the gym, you're not eating properly, like whatever that is for you, all the things that you're asking or making your wish list for someone else, what does that look like for you? Because are you going to be that same thing for the other person? See, that's what I'm talking about, unfair. Or let's talk about, friends getting together and you having game night at each other's homes, but you're not really contributing, right? You're showing up to everybody's house, ready to, like, eat all the things, but you're not bringing anything. You're not bringing a game, but you're playing the games. They're giving you their home to host these things, and they're hosting in their homes, but you won't host in your home. How fair is that, right? And now I'm not talking about for those, like, seriously, we ain't gotta go that deep. If you don't have a home to actually host, then still bring something, contribute, if you will. Okay, so we're gonna do that so we can cut down on all the, what ifs. No, just contribute. You can contribute money, or you can, a dish, like everybody collectively is doing something together. So we're talking about expectations, okay? So when you go there, you expect to eat, you expect to have, like, all those things, but then when are you gonna put in on that? That's kind of unfair if you just, a taker and not a giver. And that's typically what expectations are, okay? Expectations is a give and take, but not a give, or a take. It's a balancing of the scales, and we talked about that the other evening. So we definitely want to make sure that we're not being unfair when we are asking or expecting something from someone, and then you're not doing any of that in return. Okay, we're talking about fairly. So if that is you, acknowledge that's you, because we talked about the other evening is being able to have that conversation with yourself first before you go out, because sometimes people really don't know what they want, but they complain about everything, right? They complain about absolutely everything, but when you ask them, well, what would you like? How would you like it? Then they all of a sudden become like blank in the head. They just cannot think of what they really like or but they know a lot of what they dislike. Okay, we're gonna need for that the balancing of the scales. If you have 3 likes, then we need to have 3 dislikes. Okay, we can't have like 50 dislikes, and then like 1 like. You can't do that. Okay, so if that's you, have that conversation with yourself and learn who you are and learn the things that you really like, and that way you'll stop wondering like, why do I keep attracting certain people? Because that's what you're putting off. Okay, that's what you're giving. Okay, so if that's the energy that you're giving, that's what you're gonna continue to receive. And then that'll stop your mind from being in limbo about why. Okay, so we can work on that. So only until you really work on you and learn you. And like we said, I talked about the other day, all this has to do with self-care, mental, loving yourself. Because when you love yourself properly, you will definitely know how to love others the way that they need to be loved. Okay? But if you don't, you're just out there allowing a lot of things that is bringing you great discomfort. It's not bringing you peace. It's bringing confusion to you. It's bringing all the things that make you sick, the things that make you sad, the things that make you depressed. Let's not continue to go in that way. Let's do it differently, okay? So if you're here looking at this video, I'm talking, you're staying this long, good. And if you have anything to contribute to this conversation, please do. I welcome it, because we're talking about healthy things, okay? My channel is called Love Me or Love Me Not, okay? I'm not concerned about those who not loving me, not liking me. All of that is not helpful to me. It's harmful to me. And no one can hurt you like you. So, that's a whole nother conversation. Okay, that's a whole nother conversation, is that we continue to go spiral, overthinking, going into this hole, and I do it too, but I'm learning to say, I'm not giving it any attention. And not only that, so it's crazy, because I've actually taught my family, which my girls, all 4 of them, these very things that we're talking about. And then you honestly get to a certain age and you're facing that again. You're literally facing that again. And what I mean by that is perimenopause, menopause, okay? And we're still going to be talking about expectations, okay? But it's your hormones will have you second guessing you, and you almost feel like you don't even know you, and you being reintroduced to you, right? So when my mind started to reel that way, or I used to tell my girl, listen, don't give that no attention. Like, don't respond to that. Don't react to that. Don't react to, and sometimes don't even respond, okay? But now I found myself saying, I'm going to address that. I'm going to go look for that. I'm going to go get that right. I'm going to, that's not going to be that way. I'm finna go tell them, or, I'm finna go get an explanation. I go and tell them, because that's not me, but I'm going to be like, I'm finna go get some understanding about this. That's literally how, like, I'm finna have a conversation. I'm a person who have conversations, okay? Because I like understanding, and I need to know, is everything okay, and what's not okay, and let's talk about it. That's me. But I'm finding myself, or my family saying, why do you care? Why are you putting any effort into that? Like, why? No, that's not serving you. And I have to look back at even my 21-year-old and say, you're so right. And that comes from what you what you deposit into your family. That's what you're going to get out. That's exactly what you're going to get back. And there's a time where you're going to need to have some withdrawals on all of those things. And I never thought about it because I've never been where I am today. You know, as far as like, I've never been the age that I am. Okay, so I am 51, and so I am, you know, of that age. And so, but I'm super glad and I'm proud, because I'm like, when they actually repeat what I told them, first of all, I'm like, oh my gosh, you got it. And then also too, it's like, it's bouncing back to me, and it holds me accountable. That's what I love, is it holds me accountable. To keep doing what I taught them and keep reflecting. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And guess what? Also too, I am a woman of faith. Okay, I'm a woman of faith. And I talked about it in another one of my videos, is we living in a world, I don't know, my throat is a little dry, okay? But we live in a world where people don't care. I mean, like the manners, the basic having basic social skills, then there is far and few. And sometimes it's hard that you really teach your children that, which is young adults now, and they are actually seeing that and putting them out in a world that don't care, when all we show them is that to care for others, like volunteering still to this day. You know, they love helping others. That's what we put in them. They love helping others. My daughter was walking out of a store, saw a young lady pretty much her age, and it broke her heart, and she went immediately and got her a meal. That's what it's about, okay? But in doing so, we are up against a lot of rejection, because a lot of people, it's just, you know, they rejecting love, they rejecting care, they rejecting all of these things. So I absolutely understand. Maybe it's been disappointments. They've had a lot of disappointments. They didn't know that they could have expectations. They didn't know that they had a choice to be treated a certain way. You need to know, and I'm going to allow you to know today, if no one ever told you, that you have a right to be treated the way you want to be treated, or you leave the room, or allow them to leave the room. But you don't have to stay in it, is what I'm saying. You don't. People will just, selfish is what that word is. The word is selfish. When someone has more expectations of you than they would allow you to put on them. Because see, they know what, how they want someone to treat them and how they don't. They realize that you don't know those things, and so they use you. That's what they do. They are playing on your ignorance or your lack of knowledge of. Okay? So, expectations, okay? Don't be that person that is having unfair expectations of others, okay? Be fair, okay? I'm here to talk about it. Communicate clearly. That's what we've been talking about. First to yourself, okay? We're recapping. Communicate to yourself first what it is, why it is, and how I can change what others expectations are of me. Okay? Sitting down, saying, girl, I love you, but I cannot, you know, pick up your kids every day, you know, and I need somebody to pick up my kids every now and then, but I don't have that from you, but I'm that person for you. And no doubt, when I said yes, I didn't mind. I still don't mind, but I just don't have time, because when I said it then, I had more time. Now I don't have more time. And that's another thing too. What you said yes to before, and I talk about this when we talking to married couples. When I said yes initially, it was a 100%. It was a 100%. I was all in. But I'm not understanding why you, and why it's taking me so long. I really think it was grace that I was giving you. But why is it taking you so long to see that my schedule changed? And when I say those things to you, then you still ask me if I can still do more things for you. So then at that point, that's when it becomes stressful. And then you're saying, well, why can't they see that now I am now trying to make arrangements for my children to be picked up from school and your children to be picked up from school. Okay. So we need to have a conversation about, I have someone that will help me. So let's see if we can find someone that can help you. Okay. To be able to do that. So like I said before, it's conversation. Okay. Expectations change. Things change all the time. Things are always changing. Okay. And then also too, when you do that, now you're setting a boundary, and as self-care as well. It's good to set those boundaries, and boundaries are not bad things. They're good things. And people who set them know about them and they respect them. It's only those who don't set them and they allow people to just come in and, in and out of their lives and just, they have no respect for your time, your energy, or anything about you, because they don't have them. And so those are the ones, when you start to set them, they leave. But it's okay. Okay? Because maybe there was a lot, when they leave, maybe you will get your peace back. Okay? Maybe you get your peace back. So I'm enjoy talking to you and all those good things. These are just examples of expectations. Being able to sit down and have that conversation, okay, with yourself first, and then seeing where you can set boundaries in those expectations, okay? And expectations, some of them do expire. We just talked about it, It worked before, but it's not working for me now. Okay, so let's have those conversations. I look so forward to having these conversations with you. Chat with me, put it in the chat. Also, too, click like, click share, and subscribe. I would love to be able to grow with you and all of these wonderful things here at Love Me or Love Me Not. Okay, let's see if I got one more nugget before I go for the day. Oh, I do want to talk about this. I gotta talk about two more things. You're here for it. Also, too, after you set those boundaries, practice self-compassion. Okay? Practice that. It's super important. Be kind to yourself. When you don't meet expectations, forgive your mistakes. Okay? Wow. If somebody requires something of you, they knew that they was asking a human. They knew that. They knew they're not right. They knew that they was asking a human. And humans make mistakes. Believe me, I'm an ex-perfectionist. Believe it or not. You'll get to know me. And whoa. Oh my God. I was the worst. No one else. I was the worst with me. I did not handle me properly. I felt like I handled other people properly. But then I realized, I expected them to be perfect too. Mindset. I didn't know. I just thought if I'm doing it, other people should be doing it too, and I didn't know that. But I wasn't giving grace. I was just like, why? And then I would just take the whatever it was. I just say I do it because I felt like nobody could do it better than me or like me or anything. So then I just took it on. I'm like, oh, no worries, I got it, because So I wouldn't trust nobody. I wouldn't allow people to be people. I just wanted people to be like me, and that's a no-no. That's a big no-no. I don't want nobody to be like me. No. God created everyone as an individual. Be like him. You know, he's going to teach you who you are, who he created you to be, and you just go in that. I remember a couple of years ago, you know how everybody looked for like a resolution, New Year's resolution and all that. I've just not done that. I just like to know words for the year for me, you know, for me personally. It's not 2028, it's gonna be too late. Like, I'm not that person at all. But what came to me one year is just be. Just be. And I was like, what is that? I thought that could be easy. I'm still just being. Oh my God, like I said, this probably been like 3 years ago. I'm thinking I need a new word for the year. No, it's taking me 3 years to just be, because I didn't know how just to be. I thought I need to keep moving, keep doing, keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. Because I love people. I didn't always love people. I talked about that before, and I will talk about it again. But I come from abandonment, okay? I was abandoned by both my mom and my dad, and left on the doorstep for my mom to never turn around and come back into my life. And me and my, at that time, 1-year-old sister life. So it was us. You wouldn't look at me and know that those things now. But then later on, I thought I was good, but then rejection came back up. That's a whole nother day. Y'all talk, if you want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Just let me know that you want to talk about it, and I'll talk about it with you. But I am good. But I end up having to kind of go back a little bit, because I started seeing, like, I felt like everybody was rejecting me. And I didn't understand, because I felt like, oh, well, I ain't felt like, I know I was loving them. And I'm like, what is this feeling? Like, I don't like it. Like, why am I sad about this? But it was my past trying to creep back up. And that's what happened. You can be okay, and then your past kind of say, oh, you remember? No, you're not. This is what this is. And it's like, no, I am good. I am good. So started reading more things, and I realized, oh man, dang. That was kind of that was almost like woven into the fabric of mine. But no, I'm not gonna let that be. I'm not gonna let that be, because I have 4 young ladies, and I have grandchildren, grandbabies that need me. And I need to be there for myself. And then I can continue to be what I need to be to them. Okay? So the last and final thing, self-care. Okay? That matters. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Be mindful of what you're saying to yourself. Okay? Don't repeat what other people saying, because you keep saying that they're hurting you. They're not. You're hurting you. Okay? Don't let what someone else say dictate how you feel about yourself, and stop repeating what others say to you, because you're victimizing yourself. Let's not do that. Last and final thing for today is seek support. Seek support. You heard me say, I read books, self-help books. I definitely read the Bible first, and I get other books. I listen to podcasts. I even have a mentor, and I also speak to a professional. Yeah, because ain't nothing wrong with that, right? So it's super important to be able to have someone that can help navigate you and guide you. Don't have them to be someone that's on your same level, okay? Because y'all going through the same things. You really can't even help each other. Y'all just sitting there going back and forth with the same thing, and really going through the same thing over and over and over, and you're not really growing. You need someone that can push you, pull you, and propel you forward, not back, okay? Not back, forward, okay? So it's gonna be hard conversations. They will be in your face, but that's because they love you. That's because they love you, and I love you too. I'm here to tell you that I love you too. Like I said, I don't look like what I've been through, but I've been through a lot. So I'm here to talk about it all. Okay, so the spot I'm sitting in, I'm not gonna always sit in it. I'm gonna be everywhere. We're gonna be in the park. We're gonna be at the lake. We're gonna be outside on the patio. We're gonna be doing everything. If I decide to cook while and talk to you while I'm cooking, it's not gonna be a cooking video. It's just gonna be, I wanna do two things at one time, okay? So that I don't have to just stop. But I did wanna take a moment to just stop to have a conversation with you tonight. So let's practice. Let's talk about expectations, what you have of others and what others have of you. Are they fair? You write it down, put pen to paper, put your thoughts down, put some comments down below, and I look forward to catching up with you soon. We'll be talking about something else unless you want to keep this conversation going. Have a wonderful day. Love you. Bye.